Hey everybody, this is GP Kicks today with a comparison video between the Air Jordan 1, the Nike Dunk, and the Nike Dunk SB. Starting with the tag on the tongues, the Air Jordan 1 has a tag reading Nike Air, although certain versions of the Retro 1 Jordans have a Jumpman logo instead right here. On the regular Dunk High we have just a regular Nike logo, and on the SB it says Nike SB Dunk High Pro. Coming down to the laces, both the Air Jordan 1 and the Nike Dunk feature flat laces, while the Nike Dunk High SB has the thicker round laces so they're not as easily ripped through while skating. All three of these shoes sport a nearly identical toe box, all of them perforated in almost the exact same pattern. Although it is important to note that again a feature for the SB is the edge of the leather on the toe is rounded in comparison with the Jordan 1 and the regular Nike Dunk, where the leather is just the regular rougher edge. The lateral side of the Dunk and the SB Dunk are cut nearly identically. The only significant difference that I could find is on these front two lace holes on the SB. You see this flap is sewn over, while on the regular Dunk it's underneath this tab here. You can see a big difference between the cuts of the Air Jordan 1 and the Nike Dunk, mostly right here where the white comes over, whereas on the Dunk it's stopped by this huge tab, and of course the iconic Jordan 1 logo in opposed to the blank Dunk. Like on the SB, the tab is also sewn over on the Air Jordan 1 and also contains 3 lace holes in opposed to the SB and the regular Dunk, which only have 2 on that front tab. There is also a difference on the top lace holes. On the Jordan 1 we have 2 holes on this tab. I'm sorry, I don't know what the tab thing is called. But on the Dunk and the SB we have 2 on the tab and there's 1 more above it. The midsoles and the cushioning are probably the biggest difference between these 3 shoes. The regular Dunk is just a solid rubber midsole. On the SB, it is also solid rubber, but in the insole, it does contain a Nike Zoom unit in the heel, which you can see here, a small hexagon. And on the Jordan 1, it does contain an air unit inside of the midsole in the heel. The outsole tractions look identical at first glance, but there are some small differences. First, between the Jordan 1 on the left and the Dunk on the right, you see the Jordan has a lot more texture versus the Dunk, which is pretty smooth. Same Nike there in the middle. And the stars on the outsole seem to be deeper on the Jordan 1 and more shallow on the Dunk. While it is the same general pattern, the Nike SB Dunk does have more traction grooves in opposed to the other 2 to grip the board. This is the only of the 3 to feature stars on this circle here. Nike SB right in the middle, and more grooves for traction on the back. In a comparison of the insoles, we have Nike Air on the Jordan 1. Again, some versions may have a Jumpman. This one used to say Nike. I wore it a couple times and it just came off pretty much immediately. And then on the SB, we have the Zoom Air. Here's a look at the back of all 3. The regular Dunk and the SB do feature this tab, which is actually a loop, whereas the Jordan 1, it's a sewn-on tab. In comparing the padding around the collar, the Jordan 1 and the Dunk are almost identical in the padding. The SB, of course, is very chunky, and the tongue is also extra padded as well. All three of these shoes are true to size. All of these are a size 10.5 and fit almost identically. The main difference, of course, with the SB having a lot more padding, it is a little bit tighter and it does get warm in there after you wear it for an extended amount of time. The three also differ in retail price, with the regular Dunk being around $85, around $95 for the SB Dunk, and I believe this edition, the Nike Air version, the black toe of the Jordan 1, retailed at $140. I do wear all three of these shoes casually. I do not wear the Jordan 1s or the Dunks to play basketball, being that they do have technology from 1986, 1987, so of course the modern day basketball shoes are a lot better to play in. And with the Dunk SB, personally, I feel that they're very thick and clunky, so I wouldn't skate in these either. So being for casual wear, I actually like the Dunk the best. At their price point and abundance, you just don't mind just throwing these on and messing them up.